Hello, join us today as we read the story of Paul's shipwreck. Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I have my two helpers. I have Piper and Sawyer with me. You guys want to say hi?
Hi, Anna and Brielle.
And we are reading out of my first hands-on Bible. That's the one that we are currently reading through with Piper and Sawyer. You guys like this one, don't you? Lots of fun interaction with this one. So
and today we get to act out.
We do get to act some stuff out. So we are reading the story of Paul's shipwreck, and Paul had traveled. He had gone on 3 missionary journeys, and he'd taken God's word to lots and lots of people. And now God had told him that he was going to be going to Rome, and he knew he was supposed to be going to Rome, and he was on a boat headed for Rome when something crazy happens. Do you want to hear the crazy that happens? Okay, here we go. Ready? This is from Acts 27. When a light wind began blowing from the south, the sailors thought they could make it. So blow softly like a light wind. Friends at home, can you do that too? Blow softly. Oh, nice. So they pulled up anchor and sailed close to the shore of Crete. But the weather changed abruptly, and a wind of typhoon strength, called a northeaster, burst across the island and blew us out to sea. So now blow really hard like a strong wind as you rock back and forth. Whoa! Holy cow, guys. You feel that wind? Can you blow really hard at home too? The sailors couldn't turn the ship into the wind, so they gave up and let it run before the gale. Then the sailors tried to abandon the ship. They lowered the lifeboat as though they were going to put out anchors from the front of the ship. So lean over and pretend you're lowering a lifeboat. Can you guys lean over? Lower the lifeboat. Lower the lifeboat. But Paul said to the commanding officer and the soldiers, "You will all die unless the sailors stay aboard." So the soldiers cut the ropes to the lifeboat and let it drift away. Just as day was dawning, Paul urged everyone to eat. "You have been so worried that you haven't touched food for 2 weeks," he said. "Please eat something now for your own good. For not a hair of your heads will perish." Then he took some bread, gave thanks to God before them all, and broke off a piece and ate it. So let's all pretend to eat some bread. Ooh, is it good bread? We haven't eaten for 2 weeks.
Strawberry bread.
Ooh, that is some good bread. Then everyone was encouraged and began to eat. All 276 of us who were on board. After eating, the crew lightened the ship further by throwing the cargo of wheat overboard. Okay, throw the wheat overboard. Throw it. Get it off the boat. When the morning dawned, they didn't recognize the coastline, but they saw a bay with a beach and wondered if they could get to shore by running the ship aground. So they cut off the anchors and left them in the sea. Then they lowered the rudders, raised the foresail, and headed toward shore. But they hit a shoal and ran the ship aground too soon. The bow of the ship stuck fast, while the stern was repeatedly smashed by the force of the waves and began to break apart. So pretend to steer a boat, but then crash. Oh no! Can you crash your boat? Oh man! The others held on to planks or debris from the broken ship, so everyone escaped safely to shore. Just like Paul had said, out of the 276 people on the boat, they all lived. It's pretty impressive, and that's what God had told Paul would happen.
What happened?
So the Jesus connection is Jesus was with Paul when his ship crashed, and Jesus is with us when scary things happen to us too. It's a good thing to remember, isn't it? So what's something that seems scary to you? What's something that seems scary to you?
Monster.
Monsters, yes. Do you think of anything, Sawyer? I don't know. It's okay. So how about our friends at home? Is there anything that seems scary to you? Maybe you can say it. So name one way God could help you when you feel scared. How can God help you when you feel scared? What do you think?
He can help me.
He can help you not be scared.
He can close my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He
Can you talk to God when you feel scared?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can. He's always listening, isn't he? He's always there to comfort us. So let's get our boat and let's tell the story again.
Oh.
Okay. So let's pick a guy. Which one should be Paul? What do you think here?
This one.
That one's Paul. Okay.
I want to be.
So Paul's
want-
confident. Let's get some
I want to be
sailors.
this girl.
Who's going to be the captain of our boat?
Paul.
Paul wasn't the captain. He was just a passenger. What do you think?
This dude right here.
Okay. Looks like a
He's
good.
in the crow's nest. I want she to be, and she to be the shooter.
Okay. So they're
And
sailing
she
along.
To be the side.
Right?
It's a spider.
And the storm comes up.
Whoa.
Oh, man. The storm is really bad, isn't it?
Up here.
They're going to abandon ship, remember? And then Paul says, stop.
Stop. Wait.
Everybody has to stay on board.
Everybody has to stay on board. Wait.
That's right.
We can't go up here.
So
Yeah.
they all stay on board and they cut the ropes to the lifeboat. And the lifeboats drift away, right? Whoa!
That's the lifeboat, I guess.
That's a lifeboat drifting away.
I would get that shoe thing.
So then it's
There.
night and it's
I'll be
morning again, and Paul tells everybody that they need to what? What's something they haven't done for 2 weeks?
Eat.
They need to eat. So let's pass out bread to everybody.
Real life bread?
No, we just have pretend bread. You coming back, Piper? It's okay if you can't find it. Let's-
just last forever.
Let's get everybody some bread. We
Real
hand them out
life
some bread.
I'm just like,
Oh, here, this guy's handing out bread to everybody. They're
that's
gonna...
a girl. That's me.
Okay, we'll hand out bread to everybody.
She is going to hand out bread to everybody. Here you go.
And then they were
Piper.
encouraged, right? Now they're gonna throw some cargo overboard. Throw it overboard.
Here you go.
Not
Yoink.
the people, just the cargo.
Yoink. I'll go get it.
Throw it overboard. They're throwing all the wheat. How do you think they transported wheat back then? What do you think?
Ahoy there. What are you doing? What are you
On boats, yeah?
What are you doing?
What they keep it in? Then,
They'll keep it in
look, they see the coastline.
And then it comes out.
But they get too close. Oh, they run aground. But guess what? Everybody's safe, aren't they?
Yep, they all
Yay,
survive.
let's all come off the boat.
It's like a big nudge. Just imagine you're on a boat and then you crash onto shore.
That's right.
That'd be like back at the time.
And God protected them, didn't he?
Dude,
Paul had an appointment in Rome, and
We're safe.
God got him there fairly safely.
Paul, we're safe. Hey, Paul.
All right, thank you for joining us for our story time. This will be the last lesson that we do as we transition to another phase in our ministry. So we look forward to seeing you in person again soon. Thank you.
Paul, we're
Bye.
safe.
You guys say bye.
Bye.